The crisp morning air of Frostvale usually brought a sense of peace, but for Leo, it brought only terror. He woke with a start, his hand tingling with an unfamiliar warmth. He flexed his fingers, trying to shake off the strange sensation, but a tiny flicker of orange light danced from his fingertips. Panic seized him, too. He stared at his hand, then at the small, smoldering mark on his woolen blanket. This wasn't a dream. How could this be happening? He'd never felt anything like this before. His heart hammered against his ribs, a frantic drum in the quiet of his small room. He tried again, tentatively reaching out, and another burst of flame erupted, brighter this time, licking the air before vanishing. Fear, raw and cold, washed over him. This was wrong. This was dangerous. He had to find Aldren scrambling out of bed. Leo didn't even bother with his boots. He ran through the misty streets of Frostvale, the cold stones biting at his bare feet. The village was just beginning to stir, but Leo saw nothing, his mind consumed by the fire that had come from his own hands. He burst into Aldren's small stone cottage without knocking, his breath coming in ragged gasps. The old mage was bent over a table, cluttered with scrolls and strange artifacts, his long grey hair catching the morning light filtering through the window. He looked up, his brow furrowed with concern at the boy's frantic state. "Leo, what is it? You look like you've seen a ghost." Leo couldn't speak. He just held out his trembling hand, his green eyes wide with terror and confusion. Aldren's gaze sharpened. He took Leo's hand gently, his weathered fingers surprisingly warm. A deep, thoughtful silence filled the room as he examined the boy's palm. He murmured a few words in a language Leo didn't understand, and a soft, blue glow emanated from his own hand, enveloping Leo's. For a moment, nothing happened. Then, as if in response, a faint golden light began to shimmer beneath Leo's skin, swirling and pulsing with a life of its own. Aldren's eyes widened, a look of profound realization dawning on his face. It was a look Leo had never seen before, mix of awe, worry, and something akin to reverence. He finally understood. The whispers of the prophecy, the signs he'd been watching for, they all pointed to this moment, to this boy. "It's true," Aldren whispered, his voice barely audible. He looked from Leo's hand to his frightened face. "The old magic. It has chosen you." Leo just stared, uncomprehending. "What are you talking about?" "What magic?" I set my blanket on fire." Aldren guided him to a stool, his expression serious. "Leo, listen to me very carefully. What you're feeling is not a curse. It is a power of immense magnitude, an ancient magic that has lain dormant for centuries. The magic of the first flame." He paused, letting the weight of his words sink in. "The stories your grandmother told you, the legends of the founders of this valley. They were real, Jetu. And now, that same power flows through your veins." To prove his point, Aldren placed a small, unlit candle on the table. "Focus, Leo. Look at the wick. Think of that warmth you felt, that flicker of light. Don't be afraid of it. Try to call it." Leo hesitated, his fear still a cold knot in his stomach. But he trusted Aldren, who took a deep breath, closed his eyes, and focused on the candle. He pictured a tiny spark, a gentle flame. He felt the warmth build in his chest, traveling down his arm and into his hand. When he opened his eyes, the candle was lit, its flame dancing calmly. A gasp escaped his lips. It wasn't an accident. It was him. He had done that. Aldren nodded grimly. "You see, it responds to your will. But this is just the beginning." His tone grew grave. "This magic is a wild, untamed force. It is a part of you now, But if you don't learn to command it, to become its master, it will consume you. It will grow until it burns through you and everything around you. The image of his smoldering blanket flashed in Leo's mind, magnified 1,000 times. He imagined the whole village engulfed in flames. The fear returned, but this time it was different. It was laced with a new, terrifying sense of responsibility. His life had just changed forever. He was no longer just a boy from Frostvale. He was the heir to an ancient power, a power that could either save or destroy everything he had ever known. His journey had just begun. Thank you for watching this chapter of our story. If you're excited to see how Leo learns to control his newfound powers, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next episode. We'll see you then.